welcome to the Ingles table. I'm Smoking Joe Lasher and I'm teaming up with Powerful Pairings to bring you an awesome recipe today. This is my peppered bacon pork burger. I got everything I need from my local Ingles. Let's get started. I've got some thin sliced onions on the griddle top right here. We're gonna caramelize those and put those with our burger at the end. So while those are working, let's talk about what we're gonna put in our peppered burger. What I have is 2 pounds from the Ingles meat department, 2 pounds of ground pork. It's an 80-20, meaning that 80% lean, 20% fat. What I have is 1 pound of chopped bacon. What I did is I bought some thick sliced bacon. We're gonna go ahead and put about 4 tablespoons of softened salted butter. How about that? Because butter makes everything better. We've got some smoked paprika and we also have some sea salt. We're gonna put that right in there just like that. And then we're gonna make a barbecue sauce here in a moment, but I already made up a little batch because I like to put in, about a half a cup, quarter of a cup of our sorghum chipotle barbecue sauce they're gonna make. And all we're gonna do is get our hands nice and dirty. Look at that. So we've got all of that mixed together. So then what we're gonna do is take my pot here, set it right on the heat. We're gonna make our sorghum sauce. We're gonna start with some tomato ketchup, about 1.5 cups. We're gonna drop in some brown mustard, right in just like so. We're going to take our sorghum syrup. And today, we're here to talk about Powerful Pairings and sorghum and what it's gonna do with this dish. And I don't cook with it all the time, but it's something you should certainly explore. Sorghum is as old as time, and I think today, by using it as a syrup in a sauce, it's just gonna be a unique way to do it, the way I like to do it, and watch it, what it does to this burger. So we're gonna start mixing that in. We've got some black pepper, we've got some chipotle, some smoked paprika and some cayenne pepper, actually. We've got some Worcestershire sauce. Last, we have some onion powder. Put all of that in, and this sauce is simply mix it up. By the time we're done with this recipe today, this will be ready to top our burger. We're gonna pull these onions off. They're starting to get nice and brown, crisped up a little. Caramelized is the word I want to use there. Pop these right here, like so. Let's pat out some burgers. Another handy tool, especially when you're handling really any kind of raw meat, I like especially pork or poultry, are these gloves. You can pick them up at your local Ingles, I'm sure, and if not, you can find them relatively anywhere, easily. So here we have our mixture here. All we're gonna do is that's how I like to measure it off, about like that, about like that. You can weigh them out if you'd like, but let's just make a nice thick burger. Compact these together. So we've patted our burgers out. We're gonna get them into a nice patty. You can make these whatever size, but they are gonna cook down because with the pork, we wanna go to an internal temperature of 165. So we're gonna keep a close eye on that with the bacon and the ground pork. So I don't mind doing these a little thicker, cooking them a little slower. Now that we've got these patted out, here's where the pepper comes in. I want to liberally coat one side of these with black pepper, okay? But we're going to cook this side down to start with so we get a nice crust on the bottom of these burgers. And all I'm going to do is just pat that in just like so. These things are going to be delicious. We'll flip these over just like so. And the last thing I'm gonna do before we go to the grill is I'm gonna put a little indention right here in the middle of each one of these. And that's gonna allow the juice that comes up to kind of pool in the center and avoid any kind of flare up. Today we're doing these on charcoal grill. I've got it preheated to 450 outside. And we're gonna go put these on and we'll be right back. All right, so here we are out at the charcoal grill. Like I said, I've got it preheated to about 450 degrees, and I've got it set up for indirect cooking, which means half of my coals are here, and then this side is the cooler side. So what we're gonna do is start these really on the indirect side. I'm gonna put the pepper side down, and the reason I'm choosing the indirect first is I do want these to sear on the bottom, but I don't want them to burn, and then ultimately that internal temperature not get to where it needs to be. And I have a little tool that I like to use that's gonna help me with that. It's just a little grill probe, test sample. We're gonna close this up, go back into the table, prep our buns, get ready to plate these things up. Okay, so we're back inside from the grill, and one thing I like to point out is I have some cool little tools. There's all types of ways to keep temperature reads on your grill and on your meat. And I think the most important thing when you're cooking meat, whether it's pork, beef, or not just meat, if you don't understand what temperature you're cooking at and what that temperature is doing to your food, then you're kind of setting yourself up for failure. So I've got a little monitor here that's allowing me to watch what's happening out there while we finish these buns. Now today we've partnered with Powerful Pairings, and the Grain Foods Foundation is part of that organization. And you know, we have to talk about what an amazing foundation they are and how grain foods are in almost every part of our diet. Today, we're doing some wonderful buns that I got from the Ingles bakery department, but it could be any kind of breads or possibly cereals or just all types of things. So we appreciate them and what they do for us. So what I'm gonna do is simply, I've got some melted butter. You could season your butter if you like. I've got my griddle top going. Again, you can throw these, sometimes I like to put these buns right on the grill, right alongside the burgers, and it's simply just to add the butter and then pop them onto a hot griddle. Keep an eye on them here. And while these are toasting, we'll take a look at our temperatures coming up. Remember, we're trying to reach an internal temperature of 165 on those burgers. We're gonna let the internal temperature get to about 140, and then we're gonna flip it. We're gonna put some cheese on there. Today I've got pepper jack and cheddar combination, whatever kind of cheese you like. So stay tuned, we're gonna pull these buns off. Let's see what we got right here. Oh yeah, see, it doesn't take long at all. These buns are nice and toasted. We're gonna pull these off, go out to the grill and finish our burgers, and we'll see you right back here. All right, guys, I mean, come on, take a look at this. First of all, we're using ground pork. It is a great alternative to other ground meats. It's flavorful. It's fatty, what we've done today by adding the bacon, which means it's gonna be delicious. So let's go ahead and plate this up. I've got one of these toasted buns. Check that out. I'm gonna take some of this caramelized onion. I'm gonna put it right here on the bottom, just like this. And you could also have taken these to the grill and put them on under the cheese. But I like to do it just like this, some caramelized onion. We're gonna take some of our Chipotle sorghum barbecue sauce. We're just gonna pour it right on here just like so, just like this. Watch this, pop it right on there just like so. We're gonna top him with just a little more of this barbecue sauce, because you can't have enough of that. And then boom, here's the lid. Hey, look, I want to thank you for joining me at the Ingles table. We're proud to partner with Powerful Pairings on some delicious recipes. Be sure to check out the website for more, and I'll see you next time.